All right, chicos, vamos a empezar nuestra lección. Just to get you guys all up to date, if you have not yet filled in, at this point in the game, your green packet should be totally complete. We have gone over it. We have also posted the keys. All right, so we are officially done with our green packet. We are now in our blue packet, and as of today, we were supposed to have up to page 7 or 8 done, depending on who your teacher is. Our pages are numbered a little differently, I believe. So I will talk to my students at the end of this to give them a little bit of additional information. Okay, so to get you guys up to date, so we should have, like I said, we should have our vocab list of the blue packet, that El Trabajo, that was chapter 5A. That vocab list should be filled in by now. So vamos a practicar un poco con el vocabulario. So eso es lo que voy a hacer. A ver. All right. Voy a compartir mi pantalla. So those of you who are doing Zoom, I am sharing my screen with you, and we're going to do a shout out. So I'm going to unmute you. Actually, if you are on Zoom, search around the perimeter of your screen. You're going to see where you can raise your hand. If you want to give an answer, raise your hand, and I will unmute you and let you participate. If you are watching via Instagram, that's great too. Just go ahead and throw your answer in there, okay? So go ahead. Let's start her up, chicos. Here we go. So allí pueden ver vocabulario. There's hay vocabulario aquí in el banco de palabras. Here's some vocab on the word bank. Alrighty, so I'm going to move this so it's out of the way here. All right, so we've got agradable. Do you remember what agradable means? If you don't, that's on your vocab list. That's nice or pleasant. I'm going to move a little bit faster, so I may not be just going to give you some answers here. Fecha de nacimiento, that's your date of birth, right? Remember, we're talking about employment, chicos, el empleo. So this is going to be vocab that deals with employment. Beneficios, the benefits. Solicitud de empleo, right? That is your job application. You can see that. So to solicit means to ask for. So this is asking for employment. That's your job application. That word in English, right, is very common, to solicit. Sueldo is your salario, your salary. Okay. So chicos, you should, let me move this so that this can be seen better. So let's look at número uno. Prefiero un empleo que tenga un blank muy alto. Anybody got an answer for número uno? If you've got it on Zoom, raise your hand. If you're on Instagram, just go ahead and put it on there. So, prefiero un empleo que tenga un blank muy alto. Which of those 5 vocab words would be applicable here? Anybody got that? So I'm going to go ahead and give you the answer so it doesn't take too long. So it's, I prefer a job that has something very tall or very high. In this case, we would be talking about un sueldo. Okay, that is your, let's see if I can do this. Sueldo would be your salary, right? Okay, there we go, sueldo. Okay, número 2. Tengo que llenar la blank antes de obtener una entrevista. So whoever's playing with the screen, you can stop doing that, please. Tengo que llenar la blank antes de obtener una entrevista. So I have to fill the blank before obtaining an interview. What do you have to fill out before you obtain an interview? Chicos, ¿alguien sabe? It would be un solicitud de empleo, right? A job application. So that would be your next answer. Solicitud de empleo. Okay, número 3. Quiero un empleo, right? I want, empleo is like a job, right? Muy bien, Juanita. Quiero un empleo que tenga, I want a job that has muchos blank, como 3 semanas de vacaciones y horas extras. All right, what do you think about this one? Quiero un empleo que tenga muchos blank. Okay, so somebody's got their hand up. Let's go. Not sure who you are, so let me see if I can find you. If you could tell me, get ready. All right, iPhone. I'm going to unmute you. Who are you? ¿Quién eres?
Juanita.
Hola, Juanita. All right, Juanita, what's your answer, dear?
Beneficios.
Beneficios. Muy bien, excelente. Y número 4. Es otra manera de decir el día que naciste. Es otra manera de decir el día que naciste. It's another way of saying the day that. Nacer is the verb to be born, right? So naciste would be the day you were born. So, ¿cuál es la respuesta, chicos? That would be la fecha de nacimiento. All right? That's what's coming down next. La fecha de nacimiento. Okay, chicos, vamos a la próxima parte, la próxima página, más práctica. Let's do some more practice. Yes, muy bien, Víctor. Gracias. Bravo. All right, so aquí tenemos el banco de palabras. We have requisito. Muy bien, Kendall. A tiempo completo, a tiempo parcial, presentarme, amable, or agradable. You could have either one. Y los anuncios clasificados. Okay, chicos, so you should have these all on your vocab list. If you don't, make sure you are doing that. I'm going to show you how to get updated at the end of this if you are not. So, requisito, right? This is your requirements, okay? A tiempo completo. So we got time complete. So if we're talking about a job, that would be your full time. We got a tiempo parcial, partial time, right? So that's part time. Presentarme, you see present myself. Okay, that would be kind of to show up. And then amable would be agradable, like friendly, kind. Y finalmente, los anuncios clasificados. Those are your announcements, your advertisements classified, so we call them the classified ads in English. Yeah, we could do the first one, Victor. Go for it. Good job. Número, Victor's on top of number 1, so it looks like, este verano quiero trabajar blank. Unas 10 a 20 horas la semana. All right. So it's saying, this summer I want to work blank. Some 10 to 20 hours a week. So, chicos, 10 to 20 hours is definitely, well, Victor, lo siento, you know, it's not going to be tiempo completo, and maybe you guys aren't aware of this yet because you're not full on into the workforce, but tiempo completo is full-time. That'd be about 40 hours a week. 10 to 20 hours is part-time. So, 10 to 20 hours would be the answer for the first one. Unas 10 a 20 horas la semana. All right, so there you go. A tiempo parcial. I want to work part-time. Muy bien. Diamond. Bravo. Okay, yeah, it's a lot, right? 40 hours a week. Could you even imagine doing that? All right, next one. Tengo que buscar un empleo en blank. Tengo que buscar un empleo en. So I have to look for a job in. Where am I going to look for a job, chicos? Hola, Pedro. Where am I going to look for a job, everybody? I'm going to look for in los, you may not be familiar with this, but los anuncios clasificados, your want ads. Those are your want ads, your classified ads. That's where things are announced. I know Srta. Schaeber talked about this on Friday. Your classified ads are places where you would go in the newspaper. Maybe you could even look a digital version up to find jobs, to find things you need done at your house, to look for a job for yourself. So those are your classified ads, okay? So he's going to look for a job in the classified ads. Muy bien. I think that's what you're trying to say there, Victor. All right, next one. Mi empleo ideal es salvavidas. Y saber nadar es el único blank. So, mi empleo ideal. Mi empleo ideal. My ideal job es salvavidas. Y saber is a salvavidas. What's a salvavidas, chicos, right? You see save lives, right? That's your lifeguard, right? Salvar, to save lives. And saber nadar is knowing how to swim. Es el único, what would be we put up here? Es el único, whoops, sorry, chicos at home. It should be requirement. Okay, es el único requisito. It's the only requirement. Okay, all right. And so let's go on. Vamos a continuar a la última. So it's saying yo les llamé. So I, there's your preterite tense. I called them, right? I called them. Muy bien, Kendall. Y me dijeron que, right? Again, there's your preterite. They told me. So I called them and they told me that debo, I must, or I should, oops, I gave the answer, presentarme mañana. Debo presentarme mañana. I should show up tomorrow. Hola, Nacho. So good to see you. Presentarme mañana. Okay, muy bien, chicos. So that's a good little practice. We're going to continue on. I got another one coming up. This time we're going to go back a little bit to the next slide is going to do a practice with the vocabulary as well as a quick review of the preterite imperfect. So as I mentioned in the beginning of this, at this point, chicos, we have been doing this for 2 weeks now. So we have been doing these Instagram lives and doing some Zooms and doing some meetings. We have the green packet that you received. Well, for my students, it was the green packet. A preterite imperfect packet is now completed. We are now 7 pages into our vocab packet. So if you are behind, please contact me. You need to get yourself caught up. All right. So let's go to the, we're going to practice a little bit with the preterite imperfect. If you need to have your green packet out with you in the meantime, go for it. All right. I'm going to see if I can. Nope. Okay. Here it comes. Let me move this. So here's our sentence that we're going to work with. When I was a male woman, I delivered letters to many people. So chicos, you may not have a male person on your vocab list. So you might want to add this. The word for a male person or a mailman or male woman would be a cartero or cartera. Like carta, the word for letter, carta, but you may get cartero. I'll show you a written version of that in just a second. You can put it on your vocab list. Add that one to jobs. So Victor, you asked me, is this all going to be graded when we get back? So Victor, good question. I recommend everyone take a look at your email that you received yesterday from your Spanish 3 teachers. We had outlined what we have heard from the district, that we are going to start asking you to turn things in, send us copies of things, and so that we can check it for accuracy. We don't quite know what's going to be asked of us when we get back, whenever it is that we go back. So I know for me personally, I am keeping track of who's attending, what work is being done, just in case they ask me for it. So will this be graded when you get back? Nobody knows for sure the answer to this question, Victor, and that is the question of the century. Who knows what's going to happen when we go back? Nobody really knows. So that's why I say you best to be on, because we don't know what's going to happen in June. We don't know what they're going to ask us to do when we come back. If we're having a test, what kind of a test, and what will be included. So that's why your Spanish 3 teachers have really been doing a lot of work to keep you guys up to date, to get you prepared for whatever lies ahead. Okay? All right, good question. So let's continue on. So chicos, usando la lista de vocabulario, remember cartera, I can't either, Kendall. Cartera is a male woman. So when I was a male woman, I delivered letters to many people. So what I want you to do is I want you to tell me, are those underlined words preterite or imperfect? So Zoom, if you raise your hand, I can call on you. And if you're Instagram, just go ahead and shout out your answer. So when I was a male woman, I delivered letters to many people. I'm going to go ahead and explain this, and if I see any feedback, I'll share it with everybody. So when I was a male woman, so first of all, this is talking about a job that this person used to have. Does that sound like it was something preterite or imperfect? When I was a male woman. Can you tell me the exact date that this is talking about, when I was a male woman? Is this a main event? Does this talk about something that started or ended? So that's right, it would be imperfect. Muy bien, gracias, Kendall. That would be an imperfect statement. When I was a male woman would be in the imperfect. So if we look at that first one, cuando yo blank cartera. So chicos, how would we change ser, knowing that we would put it into the imperfect? What would it sound like? Cuando yo, I'm going to go ahead, if no one's going to share an answer, I'm going to zoom it up here. Cuando yo era cartera, right? Remember, ser is one of our 3 irregulars for the imperfect. Ser, ir, and ver, right? If you don't remember that, be sure to go back and look at your notes. Muy bien, Kendall. I delivered letters to many people. So I delivered letters to many people. How many times do you think they delivered it? Can you tell me a specific number? We don't know the specific number, right? But we do know it happened repeatedly, habitually. So those are trigger words for the imperfect as well. So we would use the imperfect to say, I delivered letters to many people. So now check out your vocab list, chicos. ¿Cómo se dice to deliver? ¿Cómo se dice to deliver? ¿Cuál es la palabra para to deliver? I'll tell you what, chicos, on the Zoom, I believe you can unmute yourself. Maybe you can't. So I might change this real quick so you can unmute yourself if you want to jump in and share an answer. So hang on one second. I'm going to stop sharing for 1 second and do this. Manage. I'm going to mute all. Allow participants to unmute themselves. Okay. Share screen. Okay, so people at home, if you want to shout out now, you can, okay? Yes, repartir is the verb to deliver. Bravo, Kendall. Gracias. Muy bien. Repartir. So, how would you conjugate that in the imperfect, chicos? Yo, what would it sound like? It would be it's an IR in the imperfect. Not hearing anything, so I'm going to share it. Repartía. Repartía. Yo repartía cartas a mucha gente, a many people. You can say varias personas, muchas personas, whatever you want to say there. There's a couple options. All right, seguimos a la próxima. Here's another sentence for you. People on Zoom, please yell out if you've got it. So, yesterday, a lifeguard from the pool rescued a child. Yesterday, a lifeguard from the pool rescued a child. So the verb is rescued. Are we going to put this rescued in the preterite or the imperfect? Can anybody tell me why? Please unmute yourself or say it on Instagram.
Preterite.
Preterite. You're absolutely right. Can you tell me why preterite, whoever you are?
Hi, it's Monica.
Hola, Monica.
It's because it says yesterday, so it's a specific time.
That's right, yesterday, specific time. You got it, Victor. Tu también. Bravo. So yesterday at a specific time, right? He rescued. That's a main event too, right? So let's see. So primero, chicos, ¿cómo vamos a decir lifeguard? If you want to yell it out on Zoom, go for it. Or on Instagram Live, who's got it? ¿Cómo se dice lifeguard? Hello. Anybody? Look at your vocab list.
Salvavidas.
Eso es, Juanita. I think that was you. Salvavidas. Yep. Ayer. Muy bien. All right. Ayer una salvavidas de la piscina, a lifeguard from the pool, rescued a child. So, ¿cómo se dice to rescue, chicos? We know this one.
Rescatar.
Rescatar. Eso es. Muy bien. Rescatar. And then, ¿cómo vamos a cambiarla? ¿Cómo es en el pretérito? So, how are you going to say a lifeguard rescued? ¿Cómo van a conjugarlo? Preterite tense.
Rescató.
Rescató. Muy bien. Rescató. Chicos, if you are having difficulty remembering your conjugations, please go back to your grammar notes, the green sheets in my class. I'm sure you have other colors in other classes where we go through the different conjugations, so make sure you're on top of that, okay? All right, chicos, so tenemos 10 minutos. Quiero hacer una cosa. Vamos a practicar un poco. So I'm going to stop sharing for 1 second and change what I share. So let's see if I can change it to... Okay, so I'm going to go on to show you on Quizlet Live, chicos, or Quizlet rather. We've got all the flashcards here. I know that Srta Schaeber and Srta Picente also have the Quizlet vocab list, so they are all here. I want to go through and show you a couple that I thought are useful and I added to the group. So we've got cartera, right, is not on this part, but I do have that on here, cartera. I want to make sure that I believe my class I needed to add the word for scholarship, which is coming up here, la beca. It's an important word. There it is for my class. I know this was not on your vocab list, but I want to make sure you add that. Scholarship is la beca. All right. Another couple that I added I thought were important are the words to quit and to fire. So two words that I should have added to the list. So to fire, despedir, we know this already, right? Despedir is to say goodbye to. So I'm going to zoom this in a little bit closer for my Instagram Live people. So despedir, to fire, we know that despedirse is to say goodbye, so that makes sense. Y renunciar is to quit. Okay, so add those two to the list if you didn't already have them on there. Okay. All right, chicos, so the next thing I'd like to do is go over what we are going to do for, de nada, Kendall, what we're going to do for we're going to do 10 minutes, start a work, and then what we don't finish, you guys are going to practice. So are you going to finish for Friday? So again, I'm going to say this for anyone who may be a latecomer on here. If you have not checked your email from yesterday, please do so. Things are changing as far as how we are aligning the classes, so please read the email from your Spanish 3 teacher. It is very important. In fact, if you haven't been there in a couple of weeks, you have a lot to read and a lot to catch up on because we have been definitely moving forward. So make sure you are staying up on things. All right, chicos, in your packets, you have there we go. You have the en contexto. So this is something that you guys are going to start doing on your own for the rest of the week. So I'm going to start it off with you so that we can have a couple, at least a good start. So if you go to your page 11 for my class, and here I'm going to show this page to the Instagrammers. If you check out this page right here, we're going to start the en contexto together for a couple minutes, and then I'll let you go when it's time to go. So let's look at the first part of the en contexto. So for those of you who are on Instagram, I'm showing you this also. The people that are on Zoom, you should find this on page 11 in your packet, your blue packet. So it's saying, empareja las palabras de vocabulario y sus definiciones, or sus significados en inglés. So emparejar, right? You see the word par, pareja for partner, right? So match up the words of vocabulary and their definitions or meanings in English. So we've got la recepcionista. That's pretty easy. That's obviously C for receptionist, right? La salvavidas. Salvavidas, we know that lifesaver, in other words, lifeguard. Letter A. El dueño, that is on your vocab list. So dueño es la persona que posee el negocio, that possesses the business. It's the owner. La persona que posee el negocio. Right, the person who owns the business, that's your owner. Okay. Número 4, la clienta. La clienta. Obviously, that is client, letter B. That's a full-on cognate right there. We know it's feminine because it's clienta. If it were male, if he were masculine, it would be cliente. Número 5, el mensajero. It looks a lot like what it would be. So in English, so messenger. You've got it. So those are the first 5 for you guys. All right, muy bien. So vamos a parte B, chicos. Ahora pueden ir a parte B. So if you look at part B, you can now look up at the screen, and we have the text right there for us. You have copies of this in your packet. So You can do this in your packet when we're done here as well. In fact, that's going to be what you're responsible for. So let's get it started. So we're going to go, ¿has trabajado alguna vez? So, ¿has trabajado? That is, the has is have you, and trabajado, we know that looks like the word trabajar. Excuse me. So, have you, and that's the word for work. So, have you worked? Alguna vez would be before. Very good, Kendall. That's their way of saying, have you worked before? Right? Have you ever worked before? Okay, so that's what you're going to fill in on your sheet there. And then the person, this is called the present perfect, this tense right here, chicos. You're going to be learning this coming up also. It has two components. The first part is I have, you have, we have. The second part is your past participle worked. Okay? And then it's asking, ¿qué trabajo has tenido? So there it is again. ¿Qué trabajo? What work has tenido? Have you, and this comes from the verb tener, have you had? What work have you had? And then it says, muchas personas suelen usar, muchas personas, many people, suelen is on your vocabulary, soler, to usually. Okay, that's just a word that they have in Spanish. We don't really have a verb like this, but it basically means to usually, and then it's usually followed by a verb at the end or after it, okay? So many people usually use sus habilidades. Habilidades we know is abilities, right? Or skills. Y sus cualidades, right? That also looks, if you take off the U, it looks like, well, I guess not, qualities. You don't have to take off the U. So qualities, make that a Q. Para encontrar, in order to, what's encontrar? Remember, encontrar is to encounter or to find. Para encontrar un trabajo, a job, que les guste. To find a job that you like. Okay? Como es el caso, there we go. It's already written in there for us on the packet, as is the case of Miguel. All right, so we'll continue here a couple minutes more. A Miguel le encantan los deportes. You know what that means. Miguel, what does he do? He loves sports. Right. Este verano, right, this verano, summer, había decidido, this is your had. He had decided, conseguir. Do you remember what conseguir is? Right, we know this one, conseguir, obtener, alcanzar, right, to achieve, to reach. He has decided to get un trabajo. He decided to get a job. Well, good for you, Miguel. All right, buscó, what's that? It's conjugated for he, so we know it's he. And buscar is to look for. Buscó, where did he look? He looked for one in el periódico. He looked in the newspaper for algunos trabajos, right? We know trabajos are jobs. Algunos is some jobs that seemed, parecer. ¿Qué te parece? What's that seem to you? How's that appear to you? How's that seem? So, que le parecieron, that appeared to him, that seemed to him, interesantes, interesting. All right, we'll finish this last sentence, then we're going to sign off. Sigamos. So that's saying, hey, let's. That's your command for nosotros. Let's follow, seguir, continue, or to follow. Let's follow Miguel in su búsqueda, in his search. Let's follow Miguel on his search. Okay? So, chicos, we prepared the first paragraph. So let me explain what you're going to do for the rest of this packet. Now, as you have read, hopefully, in your email, this is the last in Instagram Live. And from here on in, we will be carrying out office hours, and we will be checking, well, you will be needing to hand in certain things, parts of this packet that we will tell you what they're going to be on Friday. We will ask you to submit a photo of these so that we can check for accuracy. And it might be the whole packet, it might be a page or two. It's all going to be decided that week, and your teachers are going to decide that. So your responsibility is to work through this packet, get the help you need by coming to our office hours, which are discussed in the email. Okay, so if you are needing any information, all the information on office hours is all on our email, so check that out. Okay, so Instagram, will you take points off for accuracy? That is a good question, Victor. Well, you know, Victor, I'm not your teacher, but I'm thinking how I'm going to answer that for myself is I don't even know how many points are going to be given, but if it's like filled with errors, then I am probably going to hand it back to you and say, could you please redo this? Because I want to make sure that it's done right? So, yeah, I hope that answered your question. All right, Instagram Livers, I am going to sign off. If you are in my class, you were asked to go to Zoom. Please do that now because this Instagram Live session has ended. Again, if you did not read your email, do that ASAP. Okay? Thank you very much and have a good day.